Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good. It's better. But nothing beats. Yes.
Good morning. Welcome back to the morning connection. I was just sharing the thought and somebody on line said, Mr. Bernard said that he believes that persons are organizations which can maximize profit. However, we should be cognizant when you're blessed and responsibility to get other interesting. But I was just saying that we just have to hold everything in tension in terms of how we relate to this. To mammon, that's what it was. And what having mammon, what does it mean for you? That Jesus said you can't serve God and mammon. So the principles in terms of serving God and how do you deal with wealth comes out of the principles of God. But you're gonna go radical. So
all right. So I'm gonna give a little perspective on my radicalism. When I was a young attorney, I used to earn really good bonuses.
Wow.
Incentives. You could earn your annual salary as a bonus.
Wow.
Based on your performance, of course, you exceed your targets and you would get financial targets. And the financial targets would be multiples of your salary, obviously. Yeah. And I was pretty good at generating whatever was set for me. So I remember one year, a businessman friend of mine, someone who was in investment and so on, said to me, begin to build a portfolio of your own. Invest in this, that. Recommended a broker and gave ideas on what I should do. So I earned my bonus one year and I moved it, the lot of it, into the hands of this brokerage. And yes, no, as I was trying to, because they ask you what is your risk appetite, and there's some questions, they build a profile of you, right? And the first thought is you want to get as much as you can for what you're putting out. But at a fairly young age, my own, and I never knew it was the Spirit of the Lord speaking to me, but he said to me, do not invest in tobacco. Do not invest in alcohol. That was the first two. Do not invest in things which, when used by man, create any kind of hardship or illness in the body or, So I was aware generally that you have a duty. When you have money, you have a duty to ensure that it is stewarded in a particular way. As generally aware of it, that you don't waste and you bless and so on and so forth. But I hadn't really given any thought to the scriptural foundation for that care which you must take. This morning, as you and I are speaking, first, when you said that the Lord will turn productive land into a salt marsh, a wasteland, as you said it, my spirit opened up a picture of a business exporting salt.
Okay.
So I said, well, those people had better move from agriculture into selling salt. There's always a market for salt, I'll have you know. Salt is one of the oldest things that's been traded and has always maintained a certain value. And salt itself is recognized by God as symbolic of covenant and fellowship because of its particular characteristic. One day we should just talk about salt. And why? Yes, and why it is that God says your sacrifices to me, before you put them on the altar to be burnt, put salt in it. The covenant of salt is a big thing spiritually. So I never really thought about it, but as we were going through the conversation and I started to look at the Sagicor thing, I remembered that word of advice which came to me: when you have money and you're investing it, be mindful of where you put it. So there are some basic things that we know. A righteous person wouldn't take the money and go and invest in running guns or running drugs or things that we know are socially disruptive and harmful to the body. There are some obvious things that we wouldn't do, or worse yet, things that we know there's a law against it and we are subject to imprisonment and high financial penalties if we are caught. No, that's why we're here. Because those things, those laws which penalize living off the proceeds of crime, those laws which penalize involvement in funding things which cause chaos in the society and hurt families, they are scriptural. And where they come from, is the place you and I were just talking about when I said there is a prohibition against eating the meat that is sacrificed to idols. Today, nobody's talking about sacrificing meat to idols, so we think it has no meaning, but it carries the same reason why you didn't do it in the days when a man would take a goat or sheep or a cow or, oh, well, we're not going to eat the child, or you take something that you love, because a sacrifice is something of value that you love. When you say we're going to bleed this animal and use the blood to speak to the ancestors or speak to the spirit that controls this or that or whatever it is, and then that meat, the meat which remains, because the blood is the life of the meat, it's what makes the meat possible. Right. So when you have sprinkled the blood and the meat is left over, in ancient times, various parts of the meat would go to the priests and others who serve in the temple based on their hierarchy. You know, the thigh was always an important part. God always took the fat, because though we disparage fat in meat, and maybe he took it so that it wouldn't hurt the health of his people, though we disparage fat in our diet, the fat and the aroma from the fat, it's the sweet part, and that is what goes up as a pleasing aroma. The rest of it is eaten. Now just imagine that you nourish your body with the meat that was pledged, dedicated, sacrificed to an entity which hate you, don't want you to prosper, want you to die. And that's what you're using to nourish your body. It's obvious that it could not be good for you. Cancer, infertility, barrenness, a whole lot of things would befall you. I'm translating that now. This is my radical idea. Many of us, we are employed by, or we invest in, or we are buying the food that's produced, packaged, sold by people who are doing unspeakable things, and we know it. Not talking about the one who you have no idea where it come from. And it's the government why you even have it, because they are permitting things to be imported from all over the place. There are some things, there's a lot of trust and faith that we repose in our government, you know, because we trust them to scrutinize and analyze things before they come into the country, so that what we get is good for us. But it's not dumped on us. But we thank God for the vision that Peter had of all these animals that the Lord said, kill and eat, bless it. So we know that we bless a thing and it is good. But some of us know that how we live, what maintains and supports us, comes from an unholy place. And because of that knowledge, we become complicit in certain things that are harmful. So I've received...
You raise a very important point, which a lot of people are saying, that mothers and relatives know, know without a shadow of a doubt. You see, like with what is scamming, what is happening with scamming. You see your son come with this money,
Yeah. You don't question because in your heart you know that you're not going to like the answer, but you go into eating
Yeah.
the meat
Yeah.
of something sacrificed to a God that you don't serve and who don't mean you well. Now,
Right.
my radical idea now. We
Yes.
need to separate ourselves or money or investments or businesses or livelihood from what I'm calling the meat sacrificed to idols, the proceeds of what we know to be crimes. Crimes, not in the sense of what government says crime, but crimes in the conscious morality sense of what we know trespasses against the laws of God. That is my radical idea. There are many persons have said to me, the Lord says, you will have your own. Why they say it to me? It's because there was a point in my life when I said, what the Lord has given me is not to be used carelessly. I was making money. Yeah, I was making money for people who were not putting it to any good use, making money for persons who were turning around and abusing my own. Some even abused me too. Yeah. I mean, I can recall one person still alive, barely, who I did a body of work and brought him great wealth. And when it was time to pay me, he said, he asked something that I told you.
Yeah,
He said, what you doing with that kind of money? Oh, no, I'll give you X. He will die for it. So you go through, and I said, I have to be more responsible. And I say, when the word came for me repeatedly that you will have your own, is because when we have our own, we build it on a foundation, on principles that will both honor God and take care of our people.
That's the first thing.
Yes, sir.
When you set up everything that you're called to be a steward, that's what that's what was
all of us. The dominion mandate involves stewardship.
In terms of being steward. So when you work with that thing, that's remind us you can't serve God
and mammon.
And then it says,
yes,
the love of money, not money. The love of money becomes the root
of all evil.
Of all evil.
Not some evil.
Of all evil that we see.
Yeah.
And so now we are in the political.
Milton Bernard asks, does the biblical story of the talents have a place in the discussion? It sure does. It sure does.
The talent, one got 5, one got 2, one got 1 turned 5 into
10.
Into 4, and then the one that got his talent took it and hid it in the ground and then turned around and a customer. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, man, so we don't say you're wicked and nothing satisfy you. So when you come back, here it is. This is what you gave me. It is about stewardship. And it's also about the principles that guide you in how you carry out your duties as a steward. One, you don't waste, you don't leave it idle, you don't let it rot for whatever malicious purpose. And what the man said too tells you that there's no problem in making super profits, because he said, since you know that's how I am, why didn't you at least give it to the money lenders? Let them give you the interest on it so they could, because the money lenders would lend at fearsome rates, but they carry that risk. You lend to them, they give you what is your portion. So there's nothing which is now ungodly
about making profit.
About making profit.
I want people to understand that. But if in making those super profits, you are going against like a laws and precepts,
you have a problem. But another man carries that risk. I know you're a money lender. No, if I know, and this is where I'm going with my radical idea, if I know that your client is a terrorist or a pimp or a gun runner, when I say gun runner, I'm not saying it is ungodly to sell arms. You, the one who is putting the hands in the man that is robbing and raping and using the gun as a tool of oppression. If I know that that's what you're doing. So look at what's happening in the world now. There is a lot of emphasis on KYC, know your client, know your customer. It biblical, you know. You think about it. We are now saying, as we sanitize the world of illegal activities, we are now saying you must know the persons with whom you do business and the person whose money you take to do other things, to put it in the economy. We are going under the general rubric of money laundering, but what we're really saying is we're trying to make sure that the wealth that accumulates in a nation comes from lawful activities that are wholesome and uplifting to society. I'm putting it that way because that is what God requires of us as stewards. Make sure that it's not the sweat and the tears of broken, abused people that is coming into your home to educate your children, to build, to fund the work of the church, to build monuments, to, you know, this or that. It's giving you an obligation to just check. The legislation that we have, Proceeds of Crimes Act, the one that allows the state to inquire into how certain properties were acquired and to say if it was the fruit from an unlawful activity, it cannot remain in the hands of the one who committed the crime. They don't destroy it, you know.
Talking about illicit anything.
Yes, what they seek to do is do the work of redemption by appropriating the money through a process of sanctification, which is called a court order. They use the court's order to sanctify and cleanse the money, and they bring it over here as redeemed funds. And then you hear things like, we're going to use it to pay the SSL staff who is working on another. Listen to me. I'm onto something this morning. Just follow it and apply the reasoning to how you make money and how you steward money and how you support others. Do you know, there's a certain brand that I occasionally bought stuff. It's in every supermarket now on the shelves. You cannot find a nondescript local seafood product. And this morning, one of the headlines is the fisher folk in Jamaica saying, business dry up because of our livelihood, imported stock.
And there's a story that I shared it with you in terms of how the arms of the state was used
to muscle its way in on that business.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Jamaicans, we got to take some positions. It's why I'm saying it this morning. I saw the headline and the two things just dovetailed in my mind. I've been concerned for some time that the fancy package, the organized high profit business is pushing people further and further away from their source of living. The truth of it is, there are some things that are so inefficient that they will die away over time. They will die out over time. But Percival, you did share with me one of the tactics used by local business people, and some may not even be so local, but used by business people, the weight of the state being brought to bear on the decimation of certain local industries. And you see it.
Because and that is why I'm saying, you see, we can't serve God and man.
Mm-hmm.
If you're serving God, there are certain principles. How you do business. We must do this.
Yeah.
And if Mammon is driving you, you know that you just release all petals, all visions, and the almighty dollar vision. Those things that are driving you. No. Cannot be so. And you see at the bottom of it is it's justice. It's justice.
No, man, Milton is entertaining me. Milton caught it. Okay, you know, things in the spirit, have to catch it. I was associating the rise and the treatment of certain monies to what we do in the spiritual world. You sanctify, you redeem, and then you use it for the glory. And he caught it. He caught it. He caught it. But that's what we do. That is what we're doing in the natural in an attempt to simulate a very spiritual process. And in so doing, many are being misled. Talking about the death of the local fisher, there should always be a place. Like if I go to a seaside restaurant, or I am expecting to get, local, right? But sometimes as you get it, it's been frozen for 6 months.
You know the difference.
You know the difference, of course. Of course. Those of us who know the difference may be a dying breed.
That's the new breed that's grown up.
They grow up on it. Absolutely.
But the back.
Yes.
The only exposure to the real.
So you can feel your fingers only learn the real thing.
Only get the real thing. So when the counterfeit comes, they can be
as you touch it,
because you're exposed to what the real thing is.
Yes.
But as we have touched on the importance of being good stewards of what it is that God has given us. And we can draw the analogy nationally in terms of what is happening. So the SSL thing is another thing that it's not going away now. And the SSL in terms of the fund that we talked about, wow.
Yeah, man, people rub up SSL and now the money taken from proceeds of crime will go to pay. I think the money from the proceeds of crime should be used to offer redress to persons whose constitutional rights are violated. And the reason I chose that as the thing to do with the money is because that money need to be sanctified and redeemed and put to a purpose that glorifies God. So use it to compensate persons who have been injured and hurt in a process. Don't use it to do whatever it is they might have in mind, or they sitting on it and calling it a reserve fund. It's not a reserve fund.
And then we have to, a lot of us in prison don't understand what were the antecedents of things happening. My children, they see something and I said, but you know that for us to come to this place, this is what happened. And I see where in the news, with the BB in rating.
Okay.
But for us to have come to this place already, we have made a lot of sacrifices. And for some people say, yeah. You don't know the history. Remember when we were harassed with Aaron and only talked to us, and what we have to go through under Mr. Philip and to get us here. We need to always do a bit of history in regards to where we are now and the sacrifices that have been made to bring us here. That's why we can't expend it so
you can, right? Yeah. But let me tell you a trick, and a trick of the world. That's one of the wiles of the devil.
Yes.
A credit rating is to lure you into indebtedness.
You know that.
Oh yes, when the man write you and say you've been pre-qualified for this credit card, that loan.
You've done so well.
Yes,
and
yes.
I them, no one no more.
Do not rate me. Call me junk bond. In your world, when I am junk bond, I know I have great value somewhere else. And this again is the giving and the taking. Whenever the Lord is taking, just understand, his outstretched hand is always giving. His hand is never withdrawn. So he's always giving. But there's a question that persons have asked us from time to time, especially Enlightened. Good morning, Enlightened. I want to answer an old question that you keep bringing up. People always say to us, 5 men are in a race, each one of them praying to God. You know, who is God supporting, so to speak. This morning, I don't remember what I was meditating, but the answer to whatever I posed was, God is always on your side.
Well,
God have 8 billion children in the world, thereabouts.
everyone.
And he is on the side of each of them. So we know that because his word says so. But how it is possible and why we ought not to perplex our minds with who is he really supporting, it's because it is one of the characteristics of God that he can be totally on everybody's side at the same time.
Everybody.
And the reason why everybody can win is because in the will of God, in the context of God, there is no competition.
Everybody have their own.
There's no competition. You are alone in your race. And even how we run, each man is in his lane.
Yeah.
Lane, 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 lane.
That's Hebrew.
Even man is trying to approximate what God has set for us to understand that for him, we are never in competition against one another. Each man has a thing set for him. When you pray to him and say, Lord, help me to do my best, he will power you to do your best. But because his children are all different, uniquely so, your best will not be the one that win the race. It's going to be somebody else's best.
Yeah.
But you, he'll pull the best out of you. Like the girl who I saw she placed like 4th, but it was her personal best.
Sure.
What?
Yes.
Growth.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
it's 80801?
801.
801. Yeah. Speaking in the future.
You're simply the best. You're simply the best.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Hello, I'm Emily Thomas with the BBC News. Azerbaijan says it's taking military action in the disputed territory of Nagorno-Karabakh after 6 people were killed by landmines. Reports from the regional capital Stepanakert say there's been large-scale shelling. The territory is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan, but the local population are mostly ethnic Armenians. Armenia denies it has troops in Nagorno-Karabakh. Rehan Dmitry reports.
A former government official in Azerbaijan's breakaway Nagorno-Karabakh region, Ruben Vardanyan, posted on social media that mass shelling of Stepanakert had begun. An independent journalist in Stepanakert, Marut Vanyan, reported the sounds of loud explosions, non-stop shooting, and said that residents had rushed to bomb shelters and basements. Earlier, the Ministry of Defense of Azerbaijan said it was launching an anti-terrorist operation in Nagorno-Karabakh to disarm Armenian forces on the territory. Azerbaijan says it won't be targeting civilian population.
The Indian government says it completely rejects the allegation that its agents were involved in the murder of a Sikh activist in Canada earlier this year. The Foreign Ministry in Delhi described the accusation made by the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as unsubstantiated and absurd. From Mumbai, here's Yogita Lamoy.
Ties between these two countries have been strained over this issue for a while now. A free trade agreement that was being discussed has been suspended. There is, of course, domestic politics at play on both sides as far as Prime Minister Trudeau is concerned. Sikhs make up quite an influential part of his electorate. As far as India is concerned, Prime Minister Modi needs to be showing his domestic voters. We will be having an election here within a year's time. He needs to be able to show his voters that he is standing up for the sovereignty of India.
Global oil prices have reached their highest level in more than 10 months. Brent crude rose above $95 a barrel on Tuesday. Here's our business correspondent, Theo Leggett.
Rising demand and a squeeze on supplies have been pushing up the cost of oil for several months, with analysts suggesting that the price of a barrel of Brent crude, the global benchmark, could soon move above $100. China's appetite for oil has been increasing as its economy recovers from the impact of the pandemic. At the same time, the OPEC Plus group of producing countries, led by Saudi Arabia and Russia, has been limiting output. On Monday, the International Energy Agency warned of a significant shortfall in supply over the coming months. prompting a further increase in prices.
A cargo ship loaded with grain has set off from the Ukrainian Black Sea port of Chornomorsk for the first time since a safe passage deal with Russia collapsed. World News from the BBC. The UN Children's Agency says at least 1,200 children in refugee camps in Sudan have died since May because of measles and malnutrition. It says many thousands more, including newborns, are at risk of death before the end of the year. UNICEF says more than 50,000 children require treatment for the most lethal form of malnutrition every month in Sudan. China has demanded that foreign consulates in Hong Kong hand over information about all their locally employed staff. Beijing has targeted interaction between the territory's residents and other governments. Our Asia-Pacific editor Mickey Bristow has this report.
Overseas missions have been given a month to provide details such as names, addresses and ID card numbers. It's thought this is the first time the authorities have asked for this kind of information. China has not said why it now needs these particulars, but one rights activist said the move was a clear threat to Hong Kong residents working at consulates. This information could be sensitive because the national security law that Beijing imposed on Hong Kong 3 years ago outlaws collusion with foreign governments.
The German government has banned the local branch of a US-based neo-Nazi organisation that's been operating since the early 1990s. Police raided the homes of dozens of members of Hammerskins Deutschland across 10 German states. The group is an offshoot of the US white supremacist group Hammerskins Nation. The Interior Ministry said it aimed to spread a racial doctrine based on Nazi ideology. A city council in the Czech Republic has rejected a government request to change the name of a street which honours a Russian cosmonaut. It's named after the first woman in space, Valentina Tereshkovna. She's still alive, and according to Czech law, streets can't be named after the living. Councillors in the city refused to make the change requested by the Interior Ministry. They said it would be too expensive. BBC News.
Employees, not sure how to take your career to the next level? Not to worry. The Excelsior Community College has a program just for you. Enroll in one of our programs today and take advantage of our flexible classes, affordable fees, and overseas travel opportunities. WhatsApp us today at 876-536-4765. Excelsior Community College, transforming lives, nurturing global citizens.
Are you in search of genuine shocks, power steering pumps, engine mount, fender liners, strut mount, front end parts, engine parts, electrical switches, sensors, and so much more for your Honda Ridgeline vehicle? Well, look no further. Contact Mormac Auto Parts at 326-7371 or 821-5232. Remember, Mormac Auto Parts, your Honda Ridgeline new parts dealer. We're located in Kingston. Call us at 326-7371 or 821-5232 for more details.
Having trouble getting parts for your Mazda? Maljam Auto Parts is your solution. Find Maljam at the new and convenient location off Upper Waltham Park Road at 9 Kingswood Avenue. Maljam Auto Parts, with over 25 years experience, providing all Mazda parts, new and used. Call
Vijay Printers, your best choice in printing.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
One already, two and ready, mama. Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
And love more. Don't you open up the door.
Live, camera, volume. Live It Up Fridays on Best 100 FM. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with I, Ibi Lion, each and every Friday. Giving you the better vibes heard everywhere.
Things and watch me fly.
Greetings. I go by the name of Miss Wire Waste. Catch me on Best 100. I will be discovering the greatness of Jamaica and Jamaicans through people, places, and things, home and abroad. Playing you some good music, along with interviewing artists, soundmen, producers, and Jamaicans making a difference all over the world. So catch me between the hours of 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday on Best 100 FM.
I saw you stepping from across the street, smiling happily with everyone.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome back to The Morning Connection. 8:13 a.m. and time to open the lines. I can't believe the first hour and a half went by pretty quickly because Percy and I, we didn't leave the first scripture. From you spoke about let the redeemed of the Lord say so. The redeemed of the Lord did not stop speaking. we just kept going. As we open the lines, there are like three things I want you to have in your contemplation. It's speaking to us. The first, of course, is can the redeemed of the Lord speak to how, even in a time of adversity, the Lord is giving to us? He has taken away some things because we did abuse it, but in the taking away, there is a giving. Can we now, as Jamaicans, look at our current situation and find the blessing in the midst of the judgment? And then the second thing is to recognize that God is always on your side. In other words, make it personal. God in his word says, never leave you, never forsake you. If you are mine, meaning now you have by your own election says, I belong to the Lord. He is always on your side. And in him, there's no competition between his children. What does that mean for you in order for you to just sort of push yourself forward? And then my radical point for you to think on it. Have your own. Separate yourself from meat that has been sacrificed to idols. First, we've been talking about mammon. So we're going to open the lines. I'm repeating the numbers to call: 619-1508 and 279-8473. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, my brother?
Good morning. What's that?
But I am before her birthday. I'm expecting her resignation. What have you seen? It's being talked about elsewhere.
No, she's giving speeches and you're making comments on the news. So obviously she's back on the job.
Well, she would be on the job until her birthday.
But I think, remember, she was on leave.
Yes, then that is leave.
Oh, so she came back after leave.
Yes, she returned after leave.
Oh, okay, so maybe.
But her birthday is very near. I think it's the 22nd or something like that.
Okay. I was looking at it that way.
Okay. So,
yeah, but I think we need to get some constitutional change with the how the that office is operated, you know.
Yes.
I believe we should have 3 individuals instead of 1 individual making decisions on certain important matters like who to charge and who not to charge and all those things. Because listen, we are in an era now where the trust factor is not like first time when I think I don't know if I'm correct in saying that men are more corrupt now more than previously, but there's a feeling out there that men are more corrupt now. I don't know if it's because of the exposure, more exposure is taking place now. Why? That is so why people have the opinion that people are more corrupt now. So to leave such an important thing in the hand of one individual.
That's a very interesting concept. Where have you done some research to see who else is doing it like that?
No, I don't think any country has done it. But it could be another idea, We could be
innovative.
Yes.
Like that.
No. I mean, we have systems in Jamaica where we have things in Jamaica like the FSC or the FTC, where there are commissioners or there's a board of individuals who make up the office. That is what obtains at the OUR. The office is singular, but its work is carried out by many.
I think we're supposed to go on past that where we have been trusted so important function. One person of one individual.
But I want you to remember, though, and we don't necessarily kind of remake the wheel because there's been a motor vehicle accident. You don't, the way the office operates, it can operate properly, and the truth is, in the past, it has done its job without a personality, an individual being so sort of overwhelmingly vocal or the focal point of what's going on. And she didn't create herself, in the sense that the way she operates has a lot more to do with the way the office has been used and manipulated than who is in it. And that capability, the risk of it remains absent, even if you change who does what and so on. Maybe you just give yourself more persons to be corrupted. As it is now, it's just one. You might think it's easy, but it is, as much as it is easy, it's hard. Because if the one person said no, that's it. If the one person say yes, that's it. But you understand what I'm saying?
But I understand. What I'm looking at, it is more easy to corrupt one individual than to corrupt 3 individuals,
Yeah, but it's harder to corrupt one individual than to corrupt 3. You can say it equally. It just depends on let's say the individual was you. It all depends on you. And you have said your no. You can rest assured that there is not a deputy or a second who they might reach, because you have said no.
Yeah, so you, as Minette has said, and I'm in agreement with her. Not because that particular person may be perceived a certain way that you're gonna do wholesale changes without really considering, because it's gonna come back down to the person and their mindset and their and their own
Vulnerabilities.
and integrity. Yeah. But
but can we trust the type of society that we have right now, and not only Jamaica alone, worldwide.
Well,
but it's not a can we. We have to.
We have to. It is more of because remember, there is nothing new underneath the sun. What we are seeing in terms of how society has been, we're coming back full circle. And people, you have to read history and understand history, because what we have in terms of a lot of the institution, it wasn't always like this, It was every man for himself. And in the Roman Empire, what the empire said was, that's it. And the people, and then they fell because of that.
But our society has evolved, because if we take the way the DPP operate, we have never had a DPP that has been so kind of. The people so open, but I said she's very good at using the media. I'm very accessible to the media, because of that she has almost become a darling of the media, certain media, because she run the media and talk. They've never had a DPP like that.
Okay.
So if we leave those things to our individual personality, that's what I'm concerned about, Every individual has a certain personality. And when you give an individual, she almost operates without checks and balance,
All right. Well, where I agree with you, and we do have another call, fascinating as though the discussion might be. Where I agree with you is that power by the people, or power in the hands of the people, need to be organized more effectively, so that there are points at which
checks and balances,
and the people can intercede. So if you think, for example, that the people should be able to activate a recall or bring it up for discussion, there are some countries already that say a petition with a certain number of signatures will always command a certain attention and response. So I know that is something that Jamaica has to consider, because
in the new constitutional arrangements.
How do we activate the right to recall or to challenge the authority of certain persons who are showing themselves not to be working in the best interest of the people?
All right.
Well, we could look at it that way, but you just can't operate it.
Yeah.
We're in agreement to them.
Absolute power in one individual, and we don't have
any way of intervening.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but call back. You must call back. Come on here about conference. Come in when you listen. The next, you call back.
Yes, call us back. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rose.
Pastor, why did you go to conference? You're a journalist, right?
Why did I go to conference?
He was already booked. It was on Sunday.
No, man, but you can put off that conference is only once a year. The rest of stuff you can go in right through the year.
Yeah, no. But anyway, we got the message and things.
That's no excuse about
What you saying, Cruz? What you saying? What you saying this morning?
Pastor, wear bow tie.
If I wear bow tie, once upon a time, I wear ties, and more. I'm shifting from ties to African garb. That's where I'm going. That is more comfortable and cooler.
The evolution of fashion. Really?
What? You're versatile, Cruz. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, excellent.
So you're doing a bow tie for Pastor?
No, not tell more, tell Pastor, tell much. And you will it. Don't make your husband wearing a bow tie.
Why?
Cruz, say you're all to throw out your bow ties.
That guy that's wearing the diamond eyeglass.
No, who's that? In Jamaica?
No, man, British white singer.
Oh, Elton John?
Elton John?
One of my favorites.
This me, Imari that will appear bow tie.
It's his look.
You know that though?
It's his look.
Okay.
Huh?
It's his look. It's his way that he wants to project himself.
So, Cruz, you are giving over a
Hear me out first.
Yes.
Miss Mileka, you to talk a lot because you are taught to speak a lot. And you do your skill. No, you never taught to speak a lot in my skill because I mean that beat all hammer and screwdriver.
Okay. So what is your hypothesis this morning?
We connected to bachelor. And you know what bachelor is?
No.
When I was a kid, I always hear about these big movie stars in Hollywood. They're bachelors and they're this. But since I'm a grown man now, I find out that all those guys were gay.
Oh? The persons who wear bow tie? No. You are telling us. That's why I say it's a hypothesis you're putting on the table.
Were you following up that with Cruz now?
It must be a hypothesis.
There are some women who wear bow ties as well.
I see some high profile guys in this country that on TV that talk and they wear bow ties. And I used to see them in some pretty clothes
and they're bachelors.
Style. Is there fashion?
Bachelors, he's saying. Bachelors now for Cruz is the new word for gay.
Okay.
Yeah, for a long time. What you need to hide it?
Oh, I didn't know that. You're informing us.
So Cruz.
Yeah.
Did you not tell me you're a bachelor?
Me?
But you say you're unmarried. Did you? Yes, sir.
When I was working in Canada,
yes,
I have 5 white ladies and a black girl that I used to go with.
But you were never married.
You're a bachelor.
Every woman I have is my wife.
The bachelor.
I don't believe in rings, putting on rings.
All right, you're a bachelor.
You're a bachelor, Cruz.
So
no.
You're a bachelor.
No.
All right, tell us something now that will move the needle on the issues with the nation.
Somebody else.
There's so much I to say, but I can't remember that.
Instead,
Jerry Smart.
What happened to it? But you can't ask me, Cruz, although I am a prophetess.
Yeah, but it's schoolwork. I know it's working.
Jerry is good, man. Jerry is good.
Jerry is good.
Jerry is good. Jerry is good.
Percy answer you.
Jerry is good. But another caller, all right? Good.
Yes, bye.
Good morning, caller. How are you? Welcome to the Morning Connection. Good morning. You know.
Say it again, Percy. If you say it loud enough, a caller will.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection. How are you? Good morning, caller. Turn off the radio.
Morning, Pastor.
Good morning, sir. Turn off the radio.
Morning, Your Highness.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Going to the king in the background.
The king wave.
Interesting to find out if the people just the mandate, we can make the changes. If it is I who talking,
yes,
and they are not convinced, and we are not convinced, and no one is convinced, then we are starting.
Then you don't have a mandate.
Within my conviction.
Yes.
But I like Michael mandate in the 70s, because of a smart move, change the voting age from 22 to 18, and made the promise of leadership. Whether deliver or not, we get the mandate.
Mm-hmm.
But the next important part is that we can't afford to get the mandate and don't deliver.
And squander it.
That's always the problem we have it with our politicians. Keeping it with our window, I was at dream dark. Miles away from the promise I was the country mandate.
Yeah.
We are crime, but the point is that you can't get a crime unless you get over the systems that were created by them themselves to ensure that they remain in power. You have to decide now to put to the nation the 5 things that need to be eliminated from this country so we can move the people forward out of this position and the political control. So we start with the politics ahead.
Okay, all right, caller. Caller, yeah, can you hold for us? I think you're making some important points, but we have come up to our 8:30 break. So hold on, please. All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
A difference you can hear, a difference you can feel.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Are you in search of genuine shocks, power steering pumps, engine mount, fender liners, strut mount, front end parts, engine parts, electrical switches, sensors, and so much more for your Honda Ridgeline vehicle? Well, look no further. Contact Mormac Auto Parts at 326-7371 or 821-5232. Remember, Mormac Auto Parts, your Honda Ridgeline new parts dealer. We're located in Kingston. Call us at 326-7371 or 821-5232 for more details.
Vidcom Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Vidcom Printers, your best choice in printing.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
More discussions on health and education, inspiring interviews, surprise giveaways, your favorite songs. Tune into Best 100 FM this and every Sunday at 11:30 to 12 noon. It's Distinction 411, your weekly college magazine program hosted by James and the Distinction family. Catch you on Sunday.
Make money now with the local City and Guilds and ABE endorsed certificates and Distinction College. Start new online and face-to-face classes very soon in our Make Money Now career courses and get qualified jobs worldwide or start your own business in practical pediatric, geriatric, and psychiatric nursing, phlebotomy and pharmacy technician, early childhood education, child care, cashiering, call center, event planning, receptionist, customer service, housekeeping, waitering, food preparation, bartending, cake baking, plumbing, motor vehicle, electrical installation, air conditioning, makeup, hairdressing, nail technician, and cosmetology. No subjects acquired, no age limit. Register this week and get City and Guilds Maths and English classes for free. Call us at 3564167.
Best 100 FM presents the Mature and Moving Up Show with Lascelles Butch Chen on Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Welcome to this pioneering radio program on our continuing work in our maturing years, propelling the defined, educate and liberate the younger generation. Tune in and welcome.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I invite you to join us for the Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ radio program with Elder Kendrick Murray, where we stand firm that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. This broadcast is heard every Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. and again on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. The church is located at 3550 Pleasant Valley Road here in Mobile, Alabama, in the United States. You may visit our website at sonofgodlives.org or our YouTube page at Minister K. Murray. Or you may call us at area code 251-300-8812. God bless you, and we look forward to you tuning in to the program.
Ready for the war, dear? Oh, yeah. Ready for the war.
And the world, you want us back? We are back. The Breakthrough Deliverance Ministry, led by me, the prophet Mark Stewart, right here on Best 100 FM. This and every Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Yes, it's War Room Thursday. Come on out and join us each and every 1 on Best 100 FM, 100.1, 3 by 7 and 9. Come on out. Join me, the prophet, Reverend Mark Stewart, and of course, the buckshot, Apostle Marshall. Come for your healing, breakthrough, deliverance, the prayer, the miracle, the word, the testimony, and so much more. Yes, my friends, Best 100 FM, Best 100 FM, War Room Thursday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Join us. We are going to lick it.
Ready for the war, Peter. Ready for the war.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good. It's better. But nothing beats.
Morning, caller. Thank you for holding. You're making some points. You can do that for us quickly. Thank you.
All right, Pastor. Well, I just want to point to a parallel that Jesus and the Old Testament carried forth. The Old Testament points to sin and then points to the commands as being the answer and the solution.
Mm-hmm.
So Jesus came and pointed to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
He points to what is justice, truth, and equity,
Mm-hmm.
and then your question that angles who he is,
Mm-hmm.
and he points to eternity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying to us now, we need to step up the game now and hammer the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
5 things that keep these politicians in power, the 5 things that keep this nation down.
Mm-hmm.
We need to point to them specifically. The commands make it clear. Don't covet, don't murder. So it was very clear. So when we point to those 5 things now, then we point now to the economic solutions and the answers of the nation to move forward out of this grip and hold that the system has kept the people under for many years. We have to change it.
So the five things are
Garrison, ghettos, slums, poverty, and insecurity.
garrisons.
Things that they have reigning within these communities, reigning and keeping a quarter of the population of this country into poverty, and that's what keeps them into power.
So it's what? Garrisons, ghettos, slums, and what?
And poverty and insecurity.
Yeah.
Think about it, Pastor, and Ron. If a man in a community pastor that are squeezed at 2 pills,
Yeah.
so taste this morning,
Mm.
and can buy a tube of 2 pills,
Mm-hmm.
or a mother to buy 3 slices of bread and can buy half a bread.
Yeah.
I think that bread again. What are we saying?
Yeah.
How far can you descend the nation into insecurity and poverty?
Yeah.
How far can we? That's what they do. And the system keeps them hold. We not discuss international whole organization because them also help to drive the nation to borrow from them into the same stronghold them can control
Mm.
and own them, so to speak.
So it's really so it's really the same game, the same strategy being deployed at higher and higher levels.
Yeah, man. All right.
From all different levels, I try to make the point. Jesus has pointed to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I think we must embark upon to expose, like the right hand will say, expose those who practice lawlessness and are oppressors. So that, you know, it's not happening. This not happening. The sons of God will shine so like the sun in their Father's kingdom.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
And we'll be nice.
All right, my brother. Blessings. Thanks.
Take care.
Good summary. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Morning.
Good
morning.
How are you, boy? Long time.
Oh, yes, that's true. How have you been?
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just take a break.
I know.
The conference on Sunday
Yes.
was very good. And I think we need to give marketing a try. Because I think that somebody is there and they're not bringing forward the benefit. And I think you have to move aside and make somebody come in instead of having one person there for 20, 30 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. So let me ask you now, Did you participate in the conference or you just watched it from afar?
I've always watched it. I've never been to one.
And so
What jumped out at you in terms of ideas?
yes.
There are some things for
What
me.
caused you to say it was very good?
Well, put it this way. Normally, marketing is a man who always have to be quiet, you know. But this time come out with this strident, loud talking, you know, commanding style. And I think that is what people want.
So you're saying from the appearance of things, he displayed the level of authority and presence that would make him an effective leader. What about the things he had to say?
One of the things I believe in this man, I feel him as a person to get rid of the king and all of these little things that will come from slavery, you know.
Yes.
I think him as a man to do it.
Okay.
You know. But one of the things that I like about what he did was with the ganja thing, with the lack of a youth, they had split. And him change the law to ensure that, you know, a man would go to jail for a little while before. So, and I think that was very good. So,
yes, I think as a minister of justice, he was effective in some critical areas.
And he
and that's a big one. That is a big one.
Integrity Commission to book. He was the person who was there.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to compare him with the Prime Minister. Prime Minister has this little flashy young boy style clock, but that is not necessary. Being a leader or a Prime Minister, you're there to work and to bring the benefit for the majority of the people who need it more, rather than to, you know.
Yes, I get it.
I think this life was just played with a donkey. And I say, when you provide a donkey for one person because we couldn't get through to the road, and I think the road, it will benefit all the people in the community. Because I am sure that there are persons living in that community with the same type of need, you know. But we can't give everybody a donkey to build a road. You know, because when you have one person a donkey,
better to build a road than to give people donkeys. Good point there. Very good point. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, I love the feedback about the conference. All right, Percival, are you even interested in this question? A question has been posed online. Well, first I must say, Conrad says no comparison between the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister hopeful. Or even between a donkey and a road. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Morning, November.
Morning, Africa.
You are going on.
Yes.
You see, you are missionary.
Yes.
I've gone through the thing all right. You took a man in the car again.
Yes.
I can't barely hear what them are saying.
Up to the last caller who just spoke, was that one clear?
You could missionary. You sound like y'all are music on this point, but I don't hear nothing what them are saying missionary.
Okay.
You hear that, engineer?
Something with the caller.
They're working on it. They're working on it, Africa.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And let us know.
Good morning. Good morning, caller. Thank you. Good morning, Barry. How are you? I'm good, man. I'm very good.
We want justice. We want justice. All right, we want justice. Then again, 1920 was, well, one World Cup. And we then come back there with everything with London and everything. And then we recognize Then 6 one of the biggest between the women football. And then we not see them give them no land. We put them land, they don't get land and things are money for them. Because them go back to back World Cup. And they are going on to the biggest side in the World Cup. You understand? So I think them should have get some good recompense to action. You understand?
The powers that be have said, Barry, that they're planning something for the ladies, generally, the reggae girls, the sunshine girls, and I think the other females who did well. So let us see what the planning is all about. Because already the sunshine girls have received cash incentives from private sector companies. Let's see what happened to reggae girls, because they have an important matchup coming in terms of Canada to see if they can make the Olympics.
Yeah, man, the Olympic qualifying.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, so let us wait and see. Let us wait and see.
Yeah, but we have too long time, but when the boys, you know, before they ever come home, you know, there was a national holiday, you know.
What do you mean when they qualify?
Everybody stop work, you get me?
Yeah.
So it's part of the principal doing, you know, we want the equality that the gender. And that's how we want to know.
I agree with you. So,
well, but one of the things that's undeniable, though, is once the bar moves higher, people are now expecting things get taken for granted. Let's put it that way. Because when it happens for the first time, it will elicit a certain great response. But you begin to expect it as your due thereafter. And with the best will in the world, you don't elicit the same excitement. But I thank you for carrying the banner for the women, because we do want to be treated fairly when we excel.
Even if you're not talking about gender inequality you know?
Yes.
So if I know, right now, woman and lead man by mind, you know. Because, we call a woman like Leah Matley.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only person who, when she got the UN big meetings, and you know, to talk about climate change, you know. She's the only one who can stand up on different climate change and different the small countries, and you know. You understand? All the time, them just sit up and look. So I know me rate that woman very highly, and we have one top of the list right now when we talk woman and lead almost everything. You see me?
We have a great appreciation for her in this studio as well.
Yes, because, you know, she's really, you know.
And you know, can I tell you though, the wish that we have, if you can call it a wish, what we hope is that our own prime minister, the other prime ministers of the region, that they would all be demonstrating the same commitment and authority on those issues. And it wouldn't be just a question of one woman shining brightly, because one, it's unusual to find a woman moving in that way in that crowd. And two, she's alone. All of us should be standing up and demonstrating.
Talking comments to the climate is one of the main topics all over the world, because when you check the weather and the climate, everything
It's having an impact, and the poorer people in every society are the ones who bear the brunt of it, or their homes are swept away, their livelihoods are decimated. It's the poor people who carry the brunt of it.
Yeah, so what they want to see the movement to the man, they must get things. You don't know what the main thing them to get. Because when you have that for life, you understand?
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. But I have to tell you though, I have a little reservation about using land to reward people who do certain things. The land must go to the people who need it and who own it. When you give people who are doing well money, they can buy whatever they want. Anyway, I gotta take another call, Barry. I got the signal. We have another caller waiting for me. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. All right. Yes. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Yes, my lady, Pastor.
Yes, Enlight.
I was going to comment on what the gentleman said about giving land, but You said it right, Miss.
Oh, I read your mind.
Because I don't need to repeat it.
Yes.
We can't be setting this precedent all over the place, and cause we have doctors and hospitals that save life and all them things. Them they people not deserve land too.
That's why we must have a proper land policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate what the reggae girls and all those sporty icons has done for the country, but we need to move. We need to move past that because the country can't be just, we can't focus on promote on those things and leave out other people that are making great contributions to the country. Yeah.
Yeah. Or who need to be empowered to make a great contribution.
Right.
Yeah. All right. We're together.
Most of those athletes don't need that type of system because they have money, can buy what they want.
They buy what they want. And you give them the money, they will buy what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
So the conference now.
Yes.
I had some data Wi-Fi problem, so I didn't get the chance to watch it because I would have wanted to watch the little pieces that I saw. I was impressed, very impressed. One thing that jumped out at me was the raising of the threshold to 3 million.
Mm-hmm.
And
but a man say a teeth, my idea.
Including somebody that great in financial service as gentleman by the name of Rasta.
Simon.
He has come out against it, because they're saying that the government if they do that, they're going to lose revenue, and where they're going to get the money to back up the shortfall. So, but I disagree because listen, we have, if we're not careful in this country now, with what inflation is doing with certain people's salary, we're going to have two types of people in this country: the very rich and the very poor. And we're going to lose the middle class. In time gone by, that was a bad word to use, the middle class, But no country in the world, all the successful countries in the world, have a very large middle class. The upper class and the poor are two dangerous people to just have in that country. Very poor and very rich. We need the middle class. So those people that would benefit from that raising of the threshold are in the middle. And those individuals with inflation eating away their salary and unemployment, they can't live the type of life they want to live. Most of them is going to migrate. And when I go to teach those people, the teachers, and some middle management people and so on, they're going to migrate and live with the poor. So I don't say anything wrong with that. And I came up with a thought about it, and I came up with a suggestion.
Let's hear it.
We could minimize the loss that the government would lose. I also suggested that the government put a levy of $1 on all remittance that the company collect from people that sending money back to Jamaica. $1. Because they charge the people them to send the money, and when the money comes to Jamaica, they're making another tax again because they don't pay the rate that the official exchange rate.
But how would the government collect it? How would they collect it? Let me tell you why I asked that question. You already said that the very poor and the very rich are the polar opposites that create disaster for a country. Mm-hmm. The reason they create disaster from a country is because the very poor constantly sucks from the very rich, constantly pulls from the very poor. Mm-hmm. If you were to introduce a $1 levy on remittance, who you think pays it?
Poor people.
No, I want to do it on the company,
No, but who you think pay it? All the company does is they pass it on. That's all they do. They take it from the one who is getting the money.
And they pass it on. So
that's the flow. That's the natural flow.
They don't know.
They're not going to take it out of their profits.
They're not going to take it.
So hold on. Where the government, don't companies have to pay tax?
Yes, but I mean, let me explain it this way then. Even if you were to go directly to the managing director and the shareholders of a company and said, each of you give me $1 for every transaction, all they would do is increase the fee that they charge to those who are using their service.
That's how they do it.
That's what we're saying. They would give it to you, sure. I give you, for example, I was sending $500 to someone in the US. 500. You know what it cost me? $65 to send $500. And worse yet, someone had sent me $500 to do something. When I collected it, it was given to me at a exchange rate of like 132 or 135. I've forgotten, but it was 130. I sent it back to them, and sending back, and I got 60. I'll give you the math. I got like 66,500 Jamaican dollars for the $500.
You were to buy.
And when I sent it back, it cost me 90,000 Jamaican dollars.
That's it. The differential between what they buy it for and what they sell it at. The company. So when you go into any remittance, look what they buy the dollar for. Different from check. So there's a big, but that's what.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that is the wrong man paid.
The wrong man paid it all the time.
Even if you say, the government will say, I'll collect it from the cheapest point, meaning I take it from the remittance company. The remittance company simply passes it on to the customer, and they are ready. The truth is, remittance is you talk about scam, that's a scam. Somebody send you money in hard currency, you pick it up in local currency. Huh?
What about competition? In that era, would competition
No, it wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. The demand and supply exist in different jurisdictions.
Okay.
You see it already. Somebody in foreign send money to Jamaica. Competition affects them in this way. The rate that you get. So like if you send money from New York and you send money from, say, Chicago, the person who picks it up in Jamaica gets a different rate, because the rate that applies is the rate that is being used in Chicago so competition in their country handles a certain part of it. In Jamaica, you're a sitting duck. You just go and collect what has already been set.
There's no
right.
Yeah. Because if you go to the bank versus the remittance company, what happens is that you get more the remittance.
Well, I went to the bank. I did not use a remittance company to send money there. I went to the bank, and when I look at it, I say, "Whoa." This person asked me to do something, and here I'm doing $90,000 versus 66.
That's your man.
Mm-hmm. And the 90, of course, includes the $65 that it costs to do the wire.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get the idea. What you're proposing is that a blessing to one comes as an expense to somewhere else. Just find the right place that can bear it and allow the 3 million to. But I saw Minister Nigel saying, but you know what, my brother, I applaud you as a citizen for applying your mind to it. The government know exactly where it needs to come from. I keep saying, if we are wasting, stealing, throwing away 5% of or into corruption, you can always reduce corruption when it comes down to it. All right, my brother.
We have to find a way. We must not deter from
doing the right thing. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Another point. I recently.
You have about 30 seconds to make it, because we're at the 9 o'clock hour. Oh.
Yeah, I recently took up one of the that I ride one of the new buses.
The new buses, yes.
And I'm telling you, man, the buses the bus ride like you ever drive now on one tree.
No, never. You have to call us back, please. We're gonna take the station break. Yo, all right, hold on, because I gotta hear this.
You simply the You simply the
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us on 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program, The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the
half a tree, 100, bossy. Away, I do I take taxi star.
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose your problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
I'm trying to call you, guys, trust me.
What a relief.
Make an impact on your career. Earn real money. Get 3 to 4 local and international certification in practical nursing and early childhood education with free CXC or CAPE subjects in 6 to 12 months at Distinction College, located at 26 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 6 Nugent Street, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios. Earn global certificates in 3 months in geriatric nursing, phlebotomy, childcare. We have the lowest school fees around. Classes begin very soon. Call us 356-4167.
And love more. Don't you open up the door.
Live, camera, volume. Live It Up Fridays on Best 100 FM. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with I, Ibi Lion, each and every Friday. Giving you the better vibes, heard everywhere.
Goodness mercy, it's me again, Lord, your restorer, your game changer. Join me every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Best FM 100. It's Apostle Clive Campbell, aka the Khaki Suit Man, coming to you from 8 to 12 Orange Street, also Richmond District, Mandeville. Embrace the change.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, welcome back. Thank you for holding in back. You were describing.
Yes, Pastor.
Mm-hmm.
The bus is, you see?
Yes.
Every time it drive and any surface that is rough. The whole bus shake, all the passengers was sitting in the bus and the fire was shaking up, jerking up.
Yeah.
And knives, your hand type of knives in the stick. And I'm saying, it's a new bus.
And these are new? And they're supposed to be new? May not believe they're new. I'd have to see them birth paper.
Well, if it's that case, that they're not new. What is that case? You see?
Yeah.
But even the older buses them that you have, you know,
yeah.
When I don't get that type of shaking when you're riding them, you know,
yeah.
and the rough surface. But so I'm wondering if it's case that we do the tires. Sometimes the tires are overinflated, you know, that can cause that problem.
Tires and suspension system.
I don't know what type of suspension the bus has that maybe they need to do some modification.
Yes, for the.
I think it is imperative on the government to get in the experts. I don't know if they have done it because I spoke to the driver and so they noticed it. So maybe they are aware of it. I hope they get in some experts, they get some experts and the companies that they can do some modification because if the bus continue to shake like that within 6 months, I can guarantee you they're going to be off the road.
Yes, and people will be suing the government for all kind of back pain and trauma that they suffer.
I noticed when the year that they buy these buses, they always say the first two numbers. Let's say for argument's sake, they buy 23, and they put it. But what happened these buses is 22.
2022.
No, it's a 22 now. So it's first two numbers every year when the buses were bought and put in service. Like it's a 208. 08, you know, is 28 in the basket, or 14, 2014 the Bible, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm seeing 22, so I'm saying, oh, it is 22. Because I used to work with them, so I know that.
Their system, yes.
Yeah, if you have 22, that means that last year the buses were either hard or something. I don't know why they put 22 on it. So I think we need to check it out. Yeah, this is not a call to create that alarm.
Right.
Observation.
Yes.
Someone who has knowledge of equipment. You know, I've been in this field of heavy equipment for 40 years.
Wow.
I work with the backside industry and all those things. I have wide knowledge of heavy duty equipment.
Right. Where did those buses come from again?
Mexico?
Japan. I think China. I think China they get them from.
Okay.
So I would have hoped that the companies on top of this and don't allow the buses to deteriorate and then people can buy them by bus and the bus and the road no good and all the type of thing. I think you need the company to get on top of it.
Yeah. Well, in its current configuration, we're doubtful that it will because it is busily projecting a huge loss. So you can tell that efficiencies are not being realized in the system that would allow them to perform better this year than they did last year.
Yeah, but we can't be spending money. Can't be spending money every year and buying these buses.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. They don't have.
When you buy a bus, a bus supposed to last 15 years, maximum 15 years, So we're talking about just get their bus and the buses are just 8 years old and 9 years that car bus supposed to old. But I spend that amount of money buying a bus supposed to last about 15 years.
Yes.
Maximum.
Yeah.
Proper maintenance.
Proper maintenance. 15 years, a truck, 20, 30 years. Yeah, sir.
Yes, yeah. Good information.
That truck is supposed to last nearly
40 years, yeah. Good information. Thank you very much, my brother. Appreciate it. Yeah. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
This minute,
Yes, sir.
we noticed on only do one person to talk story. And she did a lot of time to talk her story.
Who that?
We have a lot of stories, more modern than her.
Hey, come, give me a story right now.
You know who we are talking?
No.
You can get a whole while to talk some story. You have a problem with story, but a journey to accept story.
So you have a good story?
There was a story.
Always.
Give me a story.
Remember, I was the first one telling you about farm work and the hardship and the racism you go through?
Yes.
I remember, yeah.
All right. So we have those stories, plus we have other stories,
And you told me about your bachelor days.
And you know that I agree with you. You can't give, this is the thing that match up the country. And the Chinese, them come with them money that them have. The government give them here, and then have 5 years to tax, and then get somebody else when I'm here. You cannot give, like for instance, the netball girl that got a house.
Yes.
The house was free, but it's not free. What about the rest of people who don't know?
Yeah.
They want to promise. Everybody should have an equal hope. So I don't believe in giving a spokesperson who go run and make a 1,000 euros or a million, whatever. People land, they have money, can take care of their business. People who don't have any.
Yeah, but
You understand?
are you saying, okay, so let's be balanced. Are you saying we must not recognize these people?
No, he's not saying that.
That's
You
not
know
what
that.
he's saying.
We must recognize them. But for instance, this president lady bad between to make this whole pile of statue runners. We don't have the money to do it. Maybe down the road when they're old or dead and gone, make a statue for them. But she spent a lot of money. I remember when she gave this girl 500,000. This girl living in the United States. I can't remember any. And she go on stage show, she have money. And you have to support in a corona. Give her 500,000 so she not work.
Oh, I know you're talking.
Other people do here can't even buy bulla when they get that money.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
what you're taking.
That's the kind of thing that.
Equity. I'm with you. Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And all you get from it maybe is a photo in the newspaper.
And like how we see rich man, they might get all the land to buy away poor people need to work. Of course, money when you farm and so on down here and then this guy come buy half the whole island. You know how you get it. When you put type up on the side from farm and then now they might employ some people. They might plant mass amount of stuff and then them employ the little people and on the back road. They come pick and hoe and when
So the person who bought the land is it a local person who lived there and or somebody like a stranger coming? You know what I mean by stranger?
yeah, me know stranger. The most of the people, you know what me understand?
Yeah.
A lot of people that it's, I'm not saying with bad mind or anything, because people know them a bad mind, but a lot of big guys in this town are not from Central State.
Also, they're transplants. Because, I mean, right away, I'm thinking that sizable acreage in a local area should be, cut up and local people should have access to it. There should be a policy that prevents outsiders, so to speak, from moving in and shifting the economy of the communities in such a way that the existing community members are displaced.
The other thing that we want to talk about is speech. Somebody's speech from here when they call it gathering PNP over the weekend. And some people are saying, yes, the speech good, but politicians always talk and then they don't follow. PNP always do. When you do everything with them, say them all do, then do a lot. But tell me one promise with this government fulfill before we win. Tell me one of them.
No, you should tell us. I'm not. I mean, it's your. You just you can say that this government has not or has.
The only listen to now, I can't remember sometime.
So yeah, no, but
the security one. One was in terms of the security.
I want
this government has fulfilled the security promise. What, the window? Window and door? Yeah, so you know, Cruz, this is a challenge for voters because we take it for granted that politicians gonna just say a lot of things and never actually do it. But it is holding them accountable that will always make the difference.
I knew they can't do everything, you know.
Yeah.
I helped my father move the road and then Tommy to one shirt when I was a little boy. I don't even get the shirt.
And you have not forgotten it.
I couldn't do everything. You know? I remember many of us didn't get the shirt until to the day because we took the road and then we took up the grass, jump on the back.
And you never forgot the promise.
Never forget the promise. And when we go up, you know, they have 50,000 or something I would do that. And we pick up stuff, you know, that thing, you know, have to get me 200,000.
So let me, and then what? And you got it from your father?
No, I'm talking about saying I'm a big man, no.
So how did you hold your father accountable for the shirt? Did you keep asking him about it?
The last time I saw my father was 1974. He went back to the United States. And he took up 2 stone and threw behind him. He threw with me 2 lives. And now come back.
Then now come back. Wow.
Yeah, 1974. He went up and he wrote me 2 letters. I write him back. They didn't return or anything. I have kept up with. I know that.
Okay.
If someone now killing me, still alive. That's about 19.
All right, sir. I pray you forgive your father.
Yeah, man, I still love my father.
Okay. Well, then I pray the Lord will ease your bruised heart.
Yeah, man, you still love my father, man, over everybody else.
Yeah.
All right. Me 2 sons I may have now.
Okay.
All right.
So you don't even hold him to account for abandoning you?
No, me understand the situation. That's another long story.
Well, see, I opened the door for you to tell a story, so you can forgive us. All right, take care. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Morning.
Good morning. How's the audio?
Still not come up properly about. I don't even want to complain, but I complain.
You're thinking it might be you. No, I was getting some complaints online. 1 or 2 persons said the callers were low. So maybe they could just respond and let us know if it is greatly improved, if it can live with.
It's improved a little, but
not greatly.
Like yesterday and the day on that.
Yes. All right. Well, the engineer is hearing what you're saying now, and my producer looks like he's following the issue also. So we'll keep working on it.
Yes,
so go ahead and talk to us now.
Canada. India. I see them have some picture there, you know.
This is of what we're talking about, the buses?
No. Canada. Them are getting in Canada. Get murdered in Canada.
Yes.
And just in case that the government of India is
the government of India do what?
India. Involved in it.
Oh, you're talking about the Sikh guy that was killed in one of the place, that same person?
I don't know who officially, but it's a one somebody.
Okay, yeah. That was about 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
It was on the news, yeah. And he's saying that is the Indian government involved in taking out the gentleman?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And then he kick out the man that were in there, what them call him, embassy man there.
The commissioner?
Ambassador.
Ambassador. Then I run out the ambassador from India and out of Canada. India, run out to Canada ambassador from India too.
Also, they have terminated diplomatic relations.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, they know what to come next, you know.
Well, in the old days, it would be war.
Yes, but then this remember how they war, they have all kind of war, you know, man.
Yes. In today's day, it might be trade embargoes.
They have them germs war, they have them money war, they have them gun war, all kind of war they have. So sometimes they have war with them. That's what they make now.
Yes.
Peter Phillips. Peter Phillips say after Jamaica people are not similar and peace and summer. You believe that, you think?
I don't even believe that he said such a thing. I know that's not true of my country, because it would mean that one of every 2 persons. We have 4 persons in the studio right now.
The 2 are
So
scam. I was a scam, I'm sure it's not me.
When I hear this man at this point, I might take the way, so that means one of everything.
Peter Phillips said that when? Yesterday?
At the conference.
At the conference? I didn't hear Peter Phillips. I only heard Mark Golding.
Peter Phillips talk, man, and then go to the after you my talk.
You mean Damien?
Crawford in here?
Yeah. Damien, yeah.
When you're doing the talk, you should have take Peter Phillips talk, man. Peter Phillips should have a talk, man. He promised Damien talk. Because we must say that you not tell us.
Let me hunt down that. I have to hunt down that. There must be something. But well, the news. Oh my brother! I know you're not lying. I want to hear the context of it, the full. What was he saying? Can you give me the full context? Can you give me the context? What was he saying? What's the fullness of what the
let me tell me can't get me right. It must say like the government now in a pension.
Yes.
On after Jamaica in a criminal and thief and scammer.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he
look around me and you know what if a people and then a people and a criminal and scammer. So it needs to take back that argument on the community. And leave the program. Hard, man.
I think this is his last year. Yeah, man, he has retired. So is him said or him son? Is him said, Peter Phillips? Yeah. Yes. This is last year, I think.
MP still. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but he's retired and to be replaced in the next.
He's selected his person going to represent him. Yeah.
So now retire from the MP.
Yes, he is.
He's retiring, but it's the next election he going to get a new MP because it.
No by-election.
So he's not run to the next election.
No, he's not gonna run. That's become very clear. But okay, I am just trying to. So he said that based on what the government has done, it is turning half of Jamaicans into scammers and things. That's what he was alleging, right?
Yes, Reverend man.
Okay, all right.
The mark out my people, and my people are good people. Reverend, Jamaica people are best people in the world.
Yeah. So you are saying it is not true, you must step on it.
Yeah.
It's not people that got to them or, fight.
So you're saying you must step back and chat.
Yeah,
All right.
that is unacceptable speech about your own people. And it don't matter that you're trying to blame the JLP.
Yeah.
This is a bit different, yeah?
All
Yes,
right
sir.
then, Africa.
There's some rough way of describing our people. Good morning and welcome. Oh, good morning, my brother. Yes.
Maybe I have 1 minute. What if the middle class?
Yes.
Carry the money from the poor people and then not count it themselves. Then now the middle class now start on it 5 times before they give them.
And they join the upper class, and then there's no middle class.
So they say, no, I can get rid of the middle class.
Oh.
It's by design. That's what you come in there New York is by design because the middle class can't get put a picnic.
Okay.
My own category and I make I go to play a little.
Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling. Welcome. Good morning. Okay. What he was talking about here is presently the diplomatic
imbroglio
between India and in terms of that. On Tuesday, India woke up to the news of Canada expelling a senior Indian diplomat deployed in Canada. The latter has accused India of killing Palestinian leader Hardeep Singh Najjar and cited the same reason for the Indian diplomat expulsion. But something that's been going on for the last 4 years between India and thing. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. I just got up.
Morning, sir.
No, my name is.
All right, Bachelor of the Year.
Yeah, we'll make it no, but that's your bachelor. Bachelor. No, you're a bachelor. You told us you're a bachelor, so.
Anyway, don't let me distract you.
All right then.
Don't let me distract you. What happened now?
Scammers.
Yes.
You know how many scammers is in this country? The government, the bank, insurance, a whole lot of them are scammer. And the most scammer we ever seen a thing like in Jamaica are the past 5 years. So if Peter Phillips said Jamaica not scammer, it don't really mean everybody. It's just like back in the 90s, they had Jamaican as the wickedest thing. When you go through the airport, they dig way up, they do everything bad about it. So, I don't know, all Jamaican bad. And they used to think all Jamaican smoke herb.
That's true.
All Jamaican smoke herb.
But you know, as a youngster, as you say that, as a youngster, I remember going overseas. And first time they heard that I was Jamaican, them saying I have any other good stuff. And I was a teenager then, you know. I knew about it, but me said, no, because everybody think that most Jamaicans, they're good weed. Yes.
Pastor, I was pulled over and killed riding a truck back to the town from Toronto, find out where market, come here, so can't stop up at market, go deliver. And then pull me over. And the policeman couldn't smell herb, you know. And then they do, smoke. They used to smoke, you know, but me stop. And I'm a teenager, they used to take me one split. And one time I make some ganja tea and he kind of lick me head. Me see 3 Mexicans in front of me are dance. Serious thing.
You had an open vision.
So from that, me never touch it again. And the policeman tell me to smoke herb and them clashing up. And me start call them racist and redneck and all kind of thing. But if you can't check the boss name, you know, so they're not going to mess with me.
Okay.
So me get over with that. Them always have problems. But like you say, if Peter to its mouth say in Jamaica, this government are the most scammer we ever see. And that guy, you know about scamming, you want to come down here. How much you leave school and a scam and a big house and scam. People in one eye, some of them can't even tell them name.
Okay.
When people really matter about phone, you're shocked.
Okay.
How them people don't know.
All right.
Many.
Okay. All right.
So, and it's matter about sick home. Whatever happened to Mike Henry? I don't really know nothing.
Still there?
Where's Mike Henry? I think he's the only politician right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oldest parliamentarian.
Oh, all right.
All right. Okay then, cool. 9:30. Blessings.
Ew, baby, you sick? Drink this.
Strong back tonic wine. Oh, baby, you look like you want to sort out.
You think that's all Trang back good for? This delicious tonic wine has natural ingredients like Busy, Medina, Moringa, and more to strengthen your body so you can fight off anything, including viruses, where it sound like you catch. Available island-wide, all foreign. Order at 749-1286 option 1 or IG Trangback TW. Trangback.
Straighten your back for me, that.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Best 100 FM presents the Mature and Moving Up Show, Lascelles Butch Chen, on Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Welcome to this pioneering radio program on our continuing work in our maturing years. Compellingly defined, educate and liberate the younger generation. Tune in and welcome.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah Lamar.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minette and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good. It's better. But nothing beats.
Welcome back.
Yes, we are entering the final segment, and I must say thank you to Earl Brown, who immediately sent a few of the articles on India's tit-for-tat move, India and Canada, as they are spoiling for a fight. And I do love the fact that Canada is making it their business that someone, a citizen, a Canadian citizen, was killed and possibly international connections. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Morning, November.
Yes, my brother.
More further on the argument a little.
Yes.
Come see a blessing, jump on it like a female, you know?
This is with regards to India and Canada?
No.
Oh.
Peter Phillips.
Oh, Peter. Right.
So, when to the know, it's not that way the world TNT party, I think, was to make a people in.
You see, and part of the challenge I'm having it that I never heard what Mr. Phillips says, and I don't even understand the context that he made that statement in, because so you're telling us something, but you don't have anything to make. We don't pick it up yet. That's the challenge. So
all right, I can't pick it up by now and look more and tomorrow we'll finish talk about it.
yeah. Yes. All right then.
All right, one more little thing.
Sure.
Our economy.
Yes.
Our economy.
Mm-hmm.
And that constitution reform what they talk about.
Yes.
Let's say the people who are doing the constitution reform,
Mm-hmm.
they want the government then seems like them don't on the same side, you know.
Okay. Why do you say that?
You mean the committee that the government put in place seem to be at odds with the government itself?
Yes.
Okay, explain that for us now. On what point?
The court of appeal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Caribbean final court. And the England.
Yes.
Right now we are in England.
Yeah.
England, yes, correct. Privy Council.
Yeah, and them are trying to get to the Caribbean.
Court of Justice.
But the government has an issue with it. And them not talk.
So you're saying that the committee has put the government's position on the table. The consultation is throwing up other options. I don't take that to mean that the committee itself is in disagreement with the government's position.
Not the committee. The government.
Yes.
The PNP government.
Yes.
The PNP government agree with the Caribbean final.
Yes.
Caribbean.
Right.
But the GLP don't agree with it.
No, it's never
Yes,
had that,
but
yeah.
then there was always that difference.
For a
They were
long
never
time.
from a long time.
Yeah.
So they never fix that mistake and then to the person that they want to work on.
But remember, it should come to the people in African, regardless of however they might be positioning the issue. All of this is leading to it coming to the people for us to take a decision. I think the committee might be saying they're not doing a referendum. There was some talk about how the people are going to get to choose. But outside of that, it's gonna come to us.
I don't cut you.
Yeah.
Don't trust referendum, you know.
Well,
And it's minute to do 2 minutes, minute to what them totally, you know.
Well,
Let them let it supposed to be here, yeah?
all right.
all right.
And good morning, caller. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the morning connection.
It's minute.
Yes.
We're not hearing the callers good. Very low. Your sound is alright, but sometimes it's alright.
Okay, still.
Okay.
We've been working on it. Wow.
All right then.
All right. The engineers heard it. Thank you very much, Bruce.
Yeah. So what is emerging with
So
this
maybe we should just
constitutional
close the
reform?
line.
Yeah. The constitutional reform. What is emerging is that you open a box.
Mm-hmm.
It has become Pandora's box. Because you believe that, let's say we are seizing this opportunity because there's a public sentiment out there that we don't want the queen or the king. But then it is only after person begun. But if you're gonna do constitutional reform, what is the present constitutional thing? Because I don't even think that they had that as a part of their
Yes, because people have to know what it said now.
Yeah.
In order to evaluate how it has operated and decide if you're changing and what you're changing to. Yeah.
And so you're trying to tap, but you see, if you start bottom morning, you can't come good
unless you have a rebirth.
Yes.
I just throwing that in.
But it's true. So all right, let's say we're doing something about it, we make a minister of constitutional reform. But really?
Mm-hmm.
And it has opened up this box. People are beginning to see that the covenant, the arrangement is what in a lot of ways is holding us back as a people. And we need to fix it. And I don't think our people want a piecemeal fixing of the situation. They are pushing, let us do it and do it properly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Taki has weighed in. He heard a part of Peter Phillips' speech. He says, just extracts in the news. And he didn't pick up what the caller was just saying. He said, I didn't find such as a problem. The problem I see is that people will judge to say he was playing the role of MP while speaking so strongly. We're going to listen to it. He has asked us to do. We try and find it, Percy, and hear what did Dr. Peter Phillips say. He's not one that is known to be disparaging of the identity or culture of his people. In fact, he's considered to be very sensitive to the cultural dispositions of his people. So that took me as a surprise, as I said to African. I have difficulty believing he would say such a thing, much less, to hear what was said. But we're going to listen to it and offer an opinion because African, who is a very conscious man himself, took offense at our people being described in such a way. Taki is saying too that we have to be mindful of falling into the trap of dismissing the elders after they have served their time. We want to render them voiceless, as if the contribution was not sterling, or as if by the passage of time their ability to think and to contribute just suddenly evaporated.
Always need the wisdom of the elders.
On their 60th birthday.
No, on the 80th birthday. That is
no, man, 60th. Elders start at 60.
Oh, you true?
Well, that's when they start giving discount and easy chair.
55.
55?
In some places.
In some places? Well, then, there you have it.
Yes, man. No.
Jamaica try work people down to 65. Anyway.
Anyway. So, but the point of there's the wisdom in the elders.
Yeah.
Because if you're bringing about change, let's understand this. You need the wisdom of the elders and the energy of the youth in order to bring about change that is sustained and lasting.
That's the young bull, old bull.
Yes. Situation. I would think a bit old bull. I just recognize that and that is why I have elders in my life, people that I go to them, I hold myself accountable to them. I hear a thought is going through my brain, and I'm saying, what do you think? And them say, no, you didn't do that, but try it this way, because what you're saying is an excellent idea, but we've tried it and it never worked. So what do they say? So elders, for me as an individual, is very important. And I pass through them. So I go an elder, once upon a time you take a front seat, but I understand they recognizing the wisdom of the years and experience in terms of what is happening. So
they're just reminding you to go and shave.
No, they never think about that. 'Cause when we shave, they still
me.
recognize me as elder. That's you.
That's me. If I call you elder, you know why. Yeah, but listen, we've walked a certain path this morning, and I know I'm grateful for the input and the contribution, because this now Jamaica is in a situation of change. I heard it said, and it makes a great deal of sense. You cannot have revival without first having reformation. So it means that if Jamaica wants to be celebrating a revival of nationalism, of the economy, or whatsoever it is that we want to revive, meaning we want to bring new life and fresh energy and prosperity and wellness to our flagging, dying selves. If that's what we want, then we have to go through a process of reforming, restructuring. And that's what we're doing. It happens both at the personal level and at the national level. So individually, we have to associate ourselves with some of the points that Pastor Percival and I were going through this morning. Not to be left out is recognizing that God is always on your side, not the other man's side. He's on your side. If everybody think that God is on their side and is working with them, through them, it will make a difference to how we take decisions or we treat one another. And then, of course, those who have been redeemed and are benefiting from the blessings of redemption, say so. Let people know that, hey, I did this and it brought about great change and I'm recommending it.
Yeah, we have to do that.
We have to do that.
And a lot of
to
things
help
are happening
build
all
that
over
vibe.
this country. People are bringing about meaningful change, and I need to be speaking more about it. As we draw.
Oh, the last one, Percy. For goodness sake, as you begin to innovate and step into your entrepreneurial self, or as you are contributing in the place where you currently work, just bear in mind that you do not want to be one of those eating the meat that has been sacrificed to mammon. Figure that one out. If you've just joined us and you didn't hear us talk about how careful we have to be in stewarding monies that are in our hands, or in making sure that how we expend our labor or talent is not driving the engine for something that is inconsistent with the will of God, the way of God, or even your own personal morals. Separate yourself from that kind of activity so you can build something of our own that is sustainable
and lasting. And as it says, we are preparing for our grandchildren, not our children. It's a good man does for us. I just want to mention this, that on the weekend, on the 24th, at 4 o'clock in Halfway Tree, the umbrella group of churches is having National Day of Prayer, repentance, and we pray for the leaders and pray for the force of God. So I'm inviting us to plan to be there, to be a part of what I believe God is doing in spiritual over Jamaica in terms of breaking some things and making declarations that we continue to do tomorrow when we enter into prayer to get somebody.
So I don't mean to be controversial, but how is the church doing a day of prayer that starts at 4 p.m.?
After we don't pray for the day. Yeah, pray in the morning because it has started, but it's a culmination of prayer. Yeah.
So it continues into is that overnight in Halfway Tree? That would be cool.
Okay, no?
Yeah.
You don't know what that will be?
Yes, I tell you. All those policemen that hang out in Halfway Tree would be blessed.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. No. May I just thank you all for, just walking the walk with us, to the producer, to the engineer, all of you, please have a blessed day. Coming up now, Miss Wire Waste is gonna soften all of the things that Pastor Percy and I rise up in your spirit. The music is coming in now to soothe and to give you a context, a backdrop for greater contemplation as you go about your day's activities. Were you listening yesterday? Yesterday I started to listen, but man, there were like about 20 minutes of advertisements before I heard one word from the lady. So I said that means that's gotta be a good sign. You gotta stay tuned in for Miss Wire Waste coming up at 10. And for the rest of you all, have a beautiful day. Thank you, Percival.
I will walk with you.
No, we have on shoes.
Yes. Yeah.